Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, Natty the Coder. Today we're going to be talking about type conversion in JavaScript. We'll learn about what is type conversion and how we, convert different types into another ones. Before diving into the lecture, please make sure you watch the previous lectures in order to follow along the JavaScript tutorial. Let's just dive into the lecture. Type conversion. Most of the time, operators and functions automatically converts the values given to them to the right type. For example, the alert function that we didn't see, but we didn't interact with it, but we'll just learn it in upcoming lectures. But this is just a JavaScript native function, automatically converts any value to a string to show it. So what alert does, it just basically print whatever value you pass to it, but it converts it to a string, no matter if you pass it a number or a boolean or anything, but it converts it to a string. Mathematical operations convert values to numbers. If you're doing any mathematical operations, it will automatically convert the values to numbers for the mathematical operations. So just play around it a little bit and see how it really works. We'll get rid of this for now. For example, if I can just use the alert function like this, and I can see hello world. Just as an example, I can save it and refresh. You'll see hello world. This is how it shows just a small model and show the message that you just typed in. I can just press OK. And for example, if I, instead of a string, I type in some number, a random number. So what happens is this JavaScript function automatically converts this number into a string. And I save it and refresh, it will show me the number, but this is shown as a string. So yeah, this is how it really works. There are also cases when we need to explicitly convert a value to expected type. For example, we have some cases and real-world application that we want to convert a string into a number, or a number into a string, or a boolean into a string, or whatever we want to do. So we have some cases like that. So we have different types of conversions. Then we have string conversion, we have numeric conversion, we have Boolean conversion. So let's just learn all of them one by one. So string conversion we'll talk about first. String conversion happens when we need the strings from form of a value. So for example, we have a number and we want to make string out of it. Then we can just simply use a string function to convert a value into a string type. Let's just see how it works. For example, let's assume that we have a variable called num, and its value is the number, since we are assigning just a number to it. And for example, I want to print this number, but before printing this number, what I'll do is just make string out of it. I can just name it str. What I can do is just call string on this and just pass the value. This is basically the value. We can just pass the number directly, but I'm just passing the variable name. It will just copy the value of this into this, and I can just print this str, and I can also check for the type. But for now, I'll just print out it, and you can see 1 2 3. What if I check the type of this value? So I can simply say type, just to make sure that and show you guys for that it is really converted to a string. So if I check the type of the string, since we are copying a number type to this, but we are converting it to a string, then it will actually become a string. So you can see that the type is number. We have other ways of converting a number to a string, or any number to anything, any other types to string. This is a very native one. We can also make use of quotes to convert a number to string, but I think the easier way is to use the backticks, and we can simply do this, and once we save it and then see, the result is the same, because this is a more cleaner way of converting your number into a string. So this is what we call conversion of from another types to string. So this is how we deal with the string conversion. Now we have numeric conversion. So numeric conversion happens in the mathematical functions and expressions automatically. So if you're dealing with the mathematical functions, for example, we'll talk about it more later, but we have a lot of mathematical operations, for example, multiplication, division, subtraction, addition, and all of that. If you're dealing with that, so the numeric conversion will happen automatically. If the string is not a valid number, it is converted to not a number. For example, we have a case, for example, how we say that a string is a valid number or not. For example, I have a string that is called 1, 2, 3. So if I convert it to a number, it will become 1, 2, 3. Okay, what happens if I have, for example, a word? It's not actually a number, it's really a string. So in this case, it will just print not a number if we try to convert this string to a number. So this is what we mean by this. For example, when division is applied to a non-numbers, then it's a good example of the, it will convert the number to this. And we can also do the number conversion. We have something similar function like string. We have a number. We can make use of that as well. For example, I have a string 1, 2, 3, and let's just say we call it a result, and we do number of num. So we'll just pass it here, and for example, we just console log it, and we want to print the result. So now what we'll get, let's see. So yeah, we can see we're getting the result 1, 2, 3 that is expected. What happens if we want to check the type of this variable now? So we would assume, or I would assume, a number. Yeah, so you can see that the number conversion happened correctly. So yeah, this is how we do the number conversion in JavaScript. Boolean conversion. We talked about string conversion so far, numeric conversion, but we also have Boolean conversion. Values that are intuitively empty, like 0, an empty string, null, undefined, and not a number, become false. Other values become true. So if we have a variable that has no value, or if it is 0, or if it is empty string or null or undefined or not a number, then it's always false. Let's say what it means. So for example, if I have a string that is empty, there is no value inside but just an empty string, and I do a Boolean conversion on this, and if you want to check the result of this, so it will return false. Okay, that is expected. Also, for example, 0, it will return false as well. You can see the result. Also, for example, for the number for null, it will also, if we do type conversion to Boolean, it will return false. And if we don't assign any value, for example, we get rid of all of the values and then do the number conversion, it will also return false. So yeah, this is how the Boolean conversion happens here. So if we have a non-empty string or non-empty value of a variable, for example, I have something, whatever in this string, and I convert it to Boolean, then it should theoretically return true because it is true. It has some value. So this is how it really works. In JavaScript, a non-empty string is always true. So if we have a string and it is non-empty, in this case it's not empty, then it is always true no matter what the content is. It could be a number, it could be special characters, it could be letters, anything. So yeah, those are the basic type conversion that we have learned so far. The number conversion, string conversion, Boolean conversions. And I hope that you have learned something new in this video. Please like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure to press the bell icon for future updates. And until then, I'll see you in the next lecture.